Hey, welcome back to Building Dad Bod 2.0. Today we are doing a quick review on the Amstaff leg curl leg extension combo machine. It's a budget machine. I really like it. You're never going to get the perfect strength curve with a plate loaded machine. At least not a basic one like this. But does the trick for me. I do it for high rep accessory work. So let's get into it. So first thing, a lot of people don't know there's a pin under the seat. That guy right there. I didn't know it was there at first either. If you put it down, take it out all the way down, the seat sits totally flat. The leg extensions, leg curls feel horrible. Like it just feels like the strength curve is way off. Put that in there. There's actually three spots you can go totally flat. There's a hole there to go in between, and then that one puts it at its highest incline to the front. So with that, the strength curve is substantially better. The cam here to adjust the leg roller. There's an adjustment here for the up and down, but there's no adjustment here for the bottom piece, or no pivot point for the bottom piece, and no pivot point for the leg hold down. It just goes straight up and down. We'll show you that in a minute here. Okay, to adjust from leg curl to leg extension, there's a pin right there. So we pull that out, shift the weight ahead of it, put it back in. So I'm going to hop on the machine now, and I'll show you how this works. I'll just show you quickly here too that there's an adjustment for the backrest to move it in and out depending on sort of like the length of your upper leg. Okay, so it's currently set up for hamstring curls. So I'll show you how I like to set it up. So I take the pin out. Now, like I said, I never go super heavy on these. I just pretty much always leave 120 pounds on it and do like 20 to 30 reps. Just at the end of my workouts for a burnout. So I try to get the roller at the bottom as high as possible, so I can get the best strength curve possible. Put my left leg on top, put the leg hold down in place, and then what I do, pull the pin and I lean into it, get it locked down. That was my best one. Get it locked down in place, and then I bring my right leg under. There we go. So now I have tension on the top when I start the movement. Otherwise, if you start with the arm here against the pin, you don't really have any tension for the beginning of the movement. Handles here to hold on to. When I'm doing these, I like to hold the handle here. Now you'll see, the one thing that drives me crazy about this machine, especially when I'm making videos, the pad at the bottom's not on a roller, it's just on a steel shaft. So that's where that squeaking you hear that squeaking and that creaking. And it's just a foam pad inside, so you can't really lubricate it. So if you're worried about noise, this is not the machine for you. I just put my noise canceling earphones on and blast music. But then when I have to do the videos, I gotta crank the volume way down on the video itself. But other than that, like, if you set it up this way, the strength curve is actually quite good. Like, it's a little bit less at the top, but not a lot. There's still tension on the hamstrings through the full range of motion. So then, when I'm done, I gotta lean back into this thing, pop it off. Now to switch over, I always leave it out a bit in front so I can just take my leg, pivot that guy out, then I drop it back, move that out, pin in place, ready to go. And then I do the same thing on here. You don't need the hold down when you're doing leg extensions. So I crank it back as much as I can there, get as much tension. So I got tension on my legs underneath the machine. You can see the weights moving forward as soon as I get into position. Handles here. Actually, like, the handles are in a good spot for me. And you can see too that the pad here, I'm 5'9", 5'8.5", 5'9". Pad sits in a really nice spot for me, just above my ankle. I think, you know, if you're a couple inches, 2-3 inches either way, it would probably be in a good spot for you too. I know everybody's kind of got different leg length, upper and lower legs. But, you know, if you're like 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", I got a buddy that's 6'5" that uses it. But I don't think it's the most comfortable for him. And if you're really short too, there's no way to adjust this to bring it up or push it down further. So for me, hold myself down tight into the machine and up, and it's the same thing. You get a good, a decent enough strength curve. It's not, like I said, it's never going to be perfect, but you got to make sure you start with tension on it. So for me, for a home gym, it's a great budget option. Like I said, I'm 5'9", so not overly tall, not overly short, kind of maybe slightly below average height. And it works perfect for me. Now, if I was really serious about, you know, having a perfect strength curve, I'd go out and buy a used machine with a weight stack on it, cable driven or belt driven. But to me, works well enough. I've thought about cutting the piece right here and putting an adjustment on it for when other people come over to use it. But then I realized I really don't care that much because it works well for me. But I would say that's the biggest negative, is that it's not got a lot of adjustments. And of course, like the strength curve, like I said, the strength curve isn't perfect. You kind of gotta set it up just right to get the best strength curve possible. It does come with an adapter for Olympic plates. I just use 1-inch plates on it. I got 25-pound plates there, so I could fit 2 more 25-pounders to get it up to 150, and beyond that, I'd have to start loading 45 or 50-pound plates on there to be able to get it past 150 pounds capacity. But overall, it's a really solid machine. Like, it doesn't flex at all. I've used the Iron Axe machine that I used in the past at my brother's place. The whole machine flexes like crazy. Doing hamstring curls, feels awful. Feels like the machine's going to fold in half. I don't think it actually would, but it feels like it. Yeah, overall, I'm happy with it. I don't know as though it would be for everybody, but for a budget leg curl, leg extension, works awesome for me. Like I say, just make sure you get that seat adjusted up and you'll have a better strength curve on it. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching.